and welcome to Sorting Seeds and Labels with Carol. This would be episode 10. So I just did episode 9. I'm going to do 2 episodes because it's still in the 30s. I'd love to go outside. It's a nice sunny day. But I'm going to sort some more labels. So as we did before, we set the timer to 10 minutes. And by the way, you think, what else could she sort? How about her socks? Will she sort her socks? So here's the ironic thing. I don't know if it's ironic, but this winter, before we knew that there was a pandemic coming and everything, I actually sorted out all my socks and they're all very nice and neat. So it would be just an after picture. And I'm not messing up my socks to sort them in front of you. That's embarrassing. So, but we do have all these labels. We got to make some progress. I don't know how many episodes this is going to be. I don't know when it's going to warm up, but we'll do another 10 minutes. You ready? Okay, let's grab in. It's like pulling out a number. What you gonna get? Oh, you're gonna get a Heliopsis Lorraine Sunshine. That is a very, very nice perennial, and because of that foliage, which is variegated, I still have Heliopsis Lorraine Sunshine, one of my favorites. And I remember when I bought this, and I bought this about 20 years ago. It was about the most I'd ever spent on a perennial. I think it was $15. So it still comes up over here in this one bed. There are seedlings that do not have the variegation, and so then you suddenly have Heliopsis, which is false sunflower, and it's a pretty big wild plant. And at first you think free plants, and then you realize, you want to get rid of some of those. So I try to keep a nice variegated pile going, and when seedlings come up that don't have variegation, I pull them out. But anyway, that's a great perennial, the foliage. Here's Lavender Super Blue. This is one of the lavenders. And you know what? Lavender in my garden is rather short-lived because of the wetness and things like that. So I have no idea if I have Lavender Super Blue. I'm kind of thinking that I don't. I'm going to put it in the trash. Oh, here's one. This is, I'll call it Lichness Petite Jenny. This is very nice. This is a sort of a wildflower. I think it's native. Pretty sure it's native. I don't know if it's native or not. Anyway, but it's got these pink flowers, and it's only like about a foot tall when it blooms, and it's really rather lovely. So I know where that's at. I'm glad to have it because sometimes in this late spring when it blooms, I'm thinking, what is that? It's Petite Jenny. Here's a receipt. This is, no. This is a receipt from a nursery that's long closed. I got this in October 98. Believe it or not, I bought a variegated Fallopia, which I would never buy now. And I've since ripped it out because it'll sucker and grow everywhere. It's kind of invasive. It's a knotweed, basically. So I've pulled it out. I still, to this day, and this has been 22 years later, I still pull a few shoots of it out in the area where it is over there. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and throw away that receipt. Actually, I bought it in 97. The guarantee expired in 98. I'm throwing it away. Let's not have that stuff. Here's some more Franks. Some snowdrops. This is Galanthus Icarii, and I'm probably not going to keep that label because God only knows where that is. This would have had to have been in the garden for 20 years. So that label's going by, and you're like, she can throw away a 20-year-old label? Sure she can. Here's Zebra Iris. I am pretty sure I do not have Zebra Iris out there. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. You know what? I'm going to keep that. I'm going to double check one more time to see if there's any out there, and then I'll throw it away. Right. Here's more of that Beauty Berry. I kept one label. That one goes in the trash. Here's another label from Frank's. Oh yeah, Tete. This is a great daffodil. I have a ton of this, and I dig and divide it in the green, and now would be a good time to do that. But I know what Tete is, and I don't need to keep the Frank label. Here's a gold-tagged Forsythia. This is a dwarf Forsythia. This is also from Frank's, by the way. See, it says thank you, Frank's on the back. So I used to have some of this in the front. Really a reliable blooming forsythia. Very pretty. Doesn't get as big as some of the others. And when I had the front redone, we moved gold tide forsythia, and it's back here, and I still have it. So I'm going to keep that label. Gold tide forsythia. This is, wow, this is a spiralis, which is just a container plant for greenery, and I'm going to throw that label away because it was an annual. I don't have that. I don't really, if I see it in the garden, that's fine. Here's a Henry's Garnet Sweet Spire. Man, I have that thing over here, and people plant that a lot. It struggles. It really wants a more acidic soil. It likes wet and difficult conditions. Well, it must not be wet enough and difficult enough because it struggles over there. But I have it. I am going to keep the label for a while. It's right over there. What else have we got? Oh, All That Glows, Arrowwood Viburnum. You know, I had a bunch of viburnums, and then I ripped a bunch of viburnums out, and I planted a couple of viburnums last year, but I don't think All That Glows is around. It is deer resistant, people. Viburnum All That Glows. It's a proven winners, deer resistant. Pretty sure that doesn't exist. So, you know what? I might have given that to my neighbor. I'm going to keep that label right there. Might see if she still got that. And then they had the All That Glitters Arrowwood Viburnum from Proven Winners. And so those might be in her garden. I'm going to keep both of those right over there for just a little bit. Let's see what else we got. Here's another hosta, Cracker Crumbs. This is from my friends at Souls Gardens. I still have Cracker Crumbs. I'm going to keep that. Someday I'll go out and I'll try to identify all that hostas out there and figure out which ones I've got. So this is interesting. So this is a Thuja occidentalis. This is an arborvitae, and I think there are 2 labels here. Yep, 2 labels. Same thing. This is a Proven Winners, and this is has a golden foliage, and it stays kind of smaller. And so I have both of these planted, and they have stayed kind of small. And I'm going to keep those because I know exactly where they're at. They have not grown particularly big. They're supposed to get 6 to 8 feet tall and 1 to 3 feet wide. Mine are probably maybe 2 foot by 1 foot right now. And honestly, I want to keep them that size. So I don't know. Does it say if I can? It's an alternative to dwarf Alberta spruces. Anyway, I'm going to keep those labels because I have those. Let's see what else. Let's pull something fun and interesting. Hosta Bitsy Gold. Got that from Souls. Still have that somewhere. I'm going to keep that because I want to label all my hostas. Here's Lamium maculatum aureum, which is a ground cover. It's a dead nettle, and that's growing over there. I have that one. It grows everywhere. Here's a Brunera macrophylla. This is just the plain Brunera with just the regular leaves, and I do not need to have that label because I know I have that. Another one from Eagle Creek Nursery on this north side. This is the Calicarpa Isay. This is the nursery's label. I've got the plant label. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see what we got here. Korean Spice Viburnum. Yes, I have Korean Spice Viburnum. I put 5905. I planted that 15 years ago. And so I think that's the one that got transplanted over there. Anyway, I have the one label, so I don't really need to keep that. And the buzzer went off, so it went off early. We got a minute yet. Here's a double rose begonia. That's just an annual. I'm going to throw that away. Let's see this label. Oh, Bear's Foot Hellebore. This is Helleborus fotitis, which is, I got this at the Elizabethan Gardens in Manteo, North Carolina, over by the Outer Banks. It did not make it, and so I'm going to get rid of that label. You know, some people go on vacation and they buy a t-shirt, or they buy, you know, like a pair of drinking glasses or something from their vacation spot. Me, I go to the local garden and I buy plants. Don't you? All right, one more label. Oh, there's This is the Lilac Dwarf Korean Syringa Myri. I still have one of those, and but I do not need a label to tell me because I have that. Here's one I wrote, 5 shrubs, Endless Summer Hydrangea Macrophylla. And you know what? Endless Summer is always going to be pink, not blue. Pink, not blue, because of the nature of our soil. So this says I bought 5 of them on 5905. There were 15. They were right outside this window. I moved them all like 5 years later, and there's a couple of them over the shrubs, but I do not need the label to know what the Endless Summer is. Okay, this is the last label of this session. Are you ready? This is a Alcea rosea nigra. This is a hollyhock with an extremely dark purple, almost black flower. Do not have that anymore. I'm going to get rid of it. So anyway, that was Sorting Seeds and Labels with Carol, episode 10. We'll see what the temperature is. There might be an episode 11 very quickly. Talk to you later. Oh, remember the like and the subscribe. I appreciate it. Bye now.